Hello, me again. Now I haven't planned this video, I don't really know what I'm going to say, but I've just finished printing off this wedge of paper. This is a horror novel I wrote called Jack's Game, and it fills me with fear, not just because it's a horror film, but because this means I have to do a rewrite. And I don't want to do a rewrite because it's hard and it's not as fun as writing the first thing, and rewrite's worse. There's something very satisfying about printing off a novel that you've spent so long writing, though. All these words, 80,000 of them. Oh shit, these ones have got nothing on them. That's cheating. Oh, there we go. There they are. Yes, so Jack's Game. I thought I was finished with it, but with time passing and with some very instructive words from Ian Sainsbury, who was very kind and read it for me. There are some things that I want to change, and I'm very bad at this, and I think a lot of writers are. Once the thing is done, that's the really fun bit, making up all the stuff, writing it, the whole roller coaster of emotions that comes with writing a novel. Just gonna wait for this aeroplane to fly. But one day I'm gonna video how close we are to the flight path. You can literally see there's trees just here behind where we are, and the bottom of the plane sometimes touches the top of the trees as it comes into the runway. And I know that sounds unbelievable and incredibly dangerous, but it's true, and I will film it and I will upload it maybe in this video. If I have managed to capture it, then I'll cut it in now. If I haven't, then this was a very strange thing to do. But yes, so much fun writing. It's about this group of 3 kids, and they're great fun to hang out with as a writer. You know, they're interesting people. And Billy, the main kid in the group, he goes past Jack's house, the Matteson house, which is this derelict, rundown house, classic horror trope. And in the garden is a yard sale. Now this house has just been this derelict. Nobody goes near this place. People are afraid of it. And now there's a yard sale. And in one of the boxes, he sees the controller of a computer game console hanging out of a box, and a sign that says, free till good home. So he climbs over the fence and he takes it. It's a console like nothing he's ever seen before. He plugs in the game, and the game is called Shellytown RPG, and the name of their town is Shellytown. And when the game loads, the game looks a lot like Billy's treehouse, which he is in, and the main character looks an awful lot like Billy. He invites his friends and he shows them, and they walk. The other 2 characters in the game look a lot like Billy, Dirk and Martha, the other 2 main characters. And they play the game and they walk around, and there's not a lot to do. There's no baddies to kill. And then they find an X behind the vicarage at the church, and they dig, and a letter J comes out of a Hangman game. So they think, what is this? And they look at the instruction manual, and it appears to be a map of the town with some crosses on it. They think, treasure map? Could be. Either way, we're going to go and dig and find out. And so at night, the 3 of them go with their shovels, and they dig. And they dig up a decaying human hand. And the story starts. More body parts are found. The police are involved. The body parts are taken to the morgue. They come together. Jack is released from the dead. And he's out to take revenge on the people who harmed him and killed his daughter. And his vengeance is against these kids and their parents. And the story unfolds in this way, and I think it will appeal to people who like nerding off about old computer games, Nintendo 64s and earlier, the old NES and Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive and PC gaming. We go back to 1982 when we discover how Jack was when he was a boy, and we have 1992 when the kid's parents, who are famous for developing this game called Dr. Hammer in 1992, that's the most successful game ever made. The kids are the legacy of this game. And it's I think there's some very unique scares in there. It's bloody and gory, but it's funny and heartwarming and disgusting as well. It's entertaining, it's a quick read. I think it's very good, but it just needs some tweaks to get it up to that. I mean, really good, because I mean, I don't plan or outline. I have a sort of an idea when I'm writing a book that with this one I knew how it was going to end. I just had to get there, and getting there was enormously fun. There's not a dull page in there, I don't think, and people who read it genuinely enjoy it. And I'm not saying, oh, my parents really like it. I mean, other writers and a few readers who read my other books have read it. I think it's the best thing I've written. I think it is too. But this rewrite, there's a few things that's going to make it from good to great, you know. When you're winging it a bit, sometimes, like, there's a few characters that I think need adjusting to make them more real. There's a bit of a sexy scene that I think needs to go. And I decided to put a new chapter at the beginning and maybe tighten up the beginning. But these are small things. It's a lot of work. I'm daunted by it, and I've been putting it off for about a year. And instead of doing this, I wrote a screenplay, and I've written a Western. And I'm going to have to do the same thing with that, so I've got to stop putting these things off, and I've got to do it. So I've printed it off, and I'm going to go through it with a red pen, and I'm going to cross things out, and I'm going to jiggle and juggle, and I'm going to write the final version of this, and then I'm going to release it. And I'm not going to get a publisher, because I don't know how. So I'm going to just, unless if you happen to be an agent or a publisher, then email me. I am interested. But I might just put this out there. Yes, and maybe you will read it if you subscribe to this channel and, you know, follow this process with me. And, you know, when it comes to the point where I release this book, I'm going to be offering advanced copies to people who are subscribed to this channel, and you'll get to read it long before anybody else, for free, because I'm a nice guy. So yes, that's all I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about this wedge of words that needs wearing like a hat. Until next time, friends, subscribe and like and dance naked. Bye bye.